I'm happy to be in Owerri. For all the energy you guys are pumped into this activity, walking into this arena, you will know that yes, there is hope for this country. Please put your hands together for yourself. It's about changing the game. My name is Dr. Gideon Chidiebere Osi. Indeed, you can change this game in several dimensions. In your places of work, in your community, in your church, on the street, wherever you find yourself, you must be the game changer. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like almost everyone seated here, I was not born with a silver spoon. But I decided that I'm going to create my own silver spoon so that everyone around me can afford to taste their food with a silver spoon. So, I started in the village, attended a primary school, very poor one at that. Luckily for me, I got scholarship, went to the university, studied medicine, and after studying medicine, I came out, started work, met so many people along the various junctions of life, and one of the persons I met is Mr. Ugo Omeogo. And he told me about 7-8 years ago, this is the second time we're seeing over 8 years ago. He told me, Gideon, if we are related, we'll meet again. And indeed, because we are related in the course of entrepreneurship, we're meeting again today. Thank you, mentor. We are here to speak on entrepreneurship as a game changer. The statistics are bad. We don't want to look at the statistics because we all know that if we start discussing our statistics of this country, some of us will start crying. A country of over 220 million people as at today. In the next 20 years, we know that the population of this country will be over 300 million. By 2050, our population will hit 370 million, going to 400 million. But the good news is that in this population, over 60% of them will be youths, just like all of us seated here. As an entrepreneur, you must begin to look at that population as an advantage. You must begin to assess the potential that lies within them. Because out of this 400 million persons in the next 30 years, by 2050, they are going to need more food. So when I walked in this morning, I went to the kiosk set out outside, and I met a lady who owns one of the restaurants outside there. And I asked, how much do you make in a week? And the lady said, on the average, I make about 200 to 250,000. That means in a month, you make about 1 million naira. And I asked her, how much do you think is the salary of a director on civil service? And indeed, he said, about 150, 200. I said, let's even assume it's 800. It means if you graduate, like most of you may have graduated and you're sitting here, and you open a small business, as common as it is, a booker business, you will earn the salary of 5 directors put together in a month. You must understand the power of entrepreneurship. If you do, you will not complain that there is no job. You will create a job so that others can be empowered. That is the secret of entrepreneurship. We have estimated that among everyone seated here, in the next 10 years, if you are not yet married, you'll be married. So you have more kids. These children you are going to bring into the world will require a place to live. So if you have no house of yours, your own now, you will eventually look for a place to move into. So there will be more need for housing. The demand for shelter will increase. The demand for clothing will increase. So if you learn how to make dress, shoes, you are sure that the market is here. Everything I'm wearing, of course, apart from the red cap, we're all made here. Gone are those days when we buy expensive suits and send our forex exchange abroad to buy clothing. If you look at the crowd seated here, you will see a lot of people wearing Nigerian dresses, made dresses. So the tailors in Aba, in Onitsha, in Owerri here, are all making a living just by you being here. Because the wealth of the nations, they are not in the bank. The wealth is with the people. Your needs is where the wealth is. Find one of the needs, provide solution to it, and then you are sure that certainly you have plugged yourself to being a billionaire. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like just too funny, entertainment will be required to keep the people busy when things are getting so hard amongst them. So in the next couple of years, more entertainers will emerge. They will be providing solutions to a whole lot of Nigerians in different places. And so if you have a talent, this is the time to develop it. Don't wait till then. Prepare yourself to be one of those who will change the game in your community. And that reminds me, amongst all of us seated here, we already know that the kind of educational system we have is not the best. A system where we go sit down in the classroom for 4 years, come out with a certificate, and we don't know what else to do. We need to begin to think of entrepreneurial education system, where apart from the certificate, you are prepared to provide solutions. Wealth, riches follows solution, not certificates. The certificate, yes, is good. It's to show that you were there. But because you were there, what can you do? It is what skills you've acquired. It's what capacity you've been able to develop in order to provide solutions to problems that will bring the wealth of nations to you. So if you want to be successful, you want to be able to make yourself happy by doing what makes others happy. Because the happiness you will derive is the happiness you're able to transmit to others. Then you must go the extra mile in order to develop within you the capacity to provide solutions and make a living in this time that is coming. And whether we like it or not, that time will come. When you provide solution, when we have more entrepreneurs, we'll be able to stimulate the private sector. The private sector holds a very high stake for every society to succeed, to be able to survive. Our hope is not in the political class. Our hope is in leaders. These leaders may be in the business sector. The leaders may be in the private sector. The leaders, if we are lucky, may find themselves on the political corridor. If they are there, you will see the difference. Because politicians are naturally very selfish. All they want is to win elections. Leaders are selfless. They want results. So they go all the way out in order to achieve that result. And so today, we are building a new team, a new generation of game changers in you. We believe that through you, we can have more entrepreneurs emerge in the next couple of years. If we have more entrepreneurs, we will be able to increase our GDP. If we have more entrepreneurs, we can increase productivity. By increasing productivity, so many people are busy working. So we're able to reduce unemployment. Because if you have 1 million persons own their own businesses and can employ five persons each, like the lady I saw out there, who has 5 staff working with her in that small restaurant, you would have employed 6 million persons. And when this happens, you would have so many people being pulled out from poverty. The only way to reduce crime in our society is to cut the arms and the legs of poverty away. When people are doing well and they are busy and they are feeding fine, they will likely not think about crime. Do you agree with me? They will likely think less about crime. They will be committed to their work, and eventually they will contribute immensely to the good of the community. We are here because this is the new era. In this new era, there are so many complexities that affect business that must be unbundled. Those complexities that has to do with government policies that are usually not well executed. Even at the formulation stage, you will know that the intentions are not good at all. From the poorly formulated government policies to the tax regimes that are killing, we know that the unbundling will naturally take its course. Because in this new era, the social media and technology has taken over. It means that you may not even bother going to own a shop. You may not even bother going to hire an office. Your cell phone, your laptop is your office. So you can stay at home and cut the cost of shop, cut the cost of an office, stay in your house, run your business, make deliveries, take deliveries without wasting so much money. It means that you can actually be in your bedroom without your dad or your mom knowing that there's a billionaire in that room. Because the money that will be entering your account is entering because you understand how things work. You understand the system of that moment, and not because you have a shop where you are fighting day and night. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in this new era, it will be sustained by technology and the social media, where information flows even when you are on your bedroom, when you're sitting on your bed. It means that we must all prepare. We don't wait till that time. We must prepare ourselves to be ready to harness the potentials that are existing now. The social media is a new community. In this community, communication is so easy. In this community, we must build trust, because business cannot thrive without trust. If you destroy it, others will suffer for it. So if you order anything from me and I deliver it to you and it is not the same, the chances that tomorrow you will be skeptical ordering from another person. So we must keep our system clean, knowing that whatever we do will affect both all of us, the next generation, and indeed the entire image of our country. Finally, talking about the new era, we know that at the moment, social media, as it were, has employed more people in the last 5 years. The technopreneurs and the social media, as it were, as an enterprise, has employed more people than the government of this country has employed in the last 30 years. You can check the records. So many persons here are feeding their families just because they are doing one thing or the other on the system, in the space, in that community. So we must strengthen ourselves so that we can grow your personal ideas and dreams into giants of companies. You become a captain of industry of a sort. Because from the Silicon Valley to the small trader in our villages, every one of them have a phone. They all communicate. They can all sell their products even without meeting the person who is making it happen. And you see, when you watch what is going to happen, you see that very soon you will sit down in your room with your laptop, smiling, doing businesses worth billions of naira, because you understand the moment you are in. And you will think it's that easy. It's not that easy. We know that the road to entrepreneurship is not easy at all. It's full of bumps, betrayals. People can deal with it. People can disappoint you. But such disappointment should stimulate you to move on. You should not be discouraged because your friends disappointed you. I have lost money, a whole lot of money, from people that I trusted so much and did businesses with. And you think you are dealing with human beings without you knowing that indeed the person you call a brother or a friend is actually an enemy. But such is an example of the realities you're going to find yourself in. Don't be discouraged. As entrepreneurs, you must fire on. Do not give up, because the spirit of an entrepreneur is the only spirit that can sustain the business community and make you employ others and put food on their tables. If you see this road, this is just a smooth ride. In the developed world, if you go to America, you go to Europe, you will see them and they say the road of entrepreneurs is rough. This is the kind of road that they are calling rough. They don't know anything yet until they come to Nigeria. Because that road is not rough at all. Can I have this slide on the road? It's not rough at all. This is a smooth ride. This one is like driving through Ikoyi. But when you come to Nigeria, the Nigerian entrepreneurs, the challenges we face, from sourcing for fund, to insecurity, to the entire business architecture, you will know that it is not easy to survive. But again, this is the best country to do business. Even if you give me $1 billion with free visa or free passport to live in America, I will refuse. This is where the money is. We have the population here. We have good weather here. We have community life. I can go to Ugo anytime. I can go to Aja Excel anytime and say, look, I'm coming to Owerri. And he'll provide me free ride. He'll pick me up, keep me in a hotel. We'll discuss business. Nobody will do that for you anywhere in the world. This is a place where community is still our bond, it's still our strength. And we must take advantage of it in all that we do. Entrepreneurship offers the youth a path of empowerment and employment. And so in this era, we must understand what brings the money. We should not allow people to lead us astray. I'm talking to the younger ones at the back. You can't make so much money from fraud. It's not possible. It's not sustainable. Because if you lie to me today, if you come tomorrow, I'll know it's a lie. Yahoo Yahoo will not work. But you see, wealth creation is a process. You must understand the process. You must have a product. You must have integrity. These are the elements that makes wealth creation possible. Except you just want to make money, buy a car, and then stop there. No. But if you want to make sustainable wealth, you must have a process. You must have a product. You must build integrity that will sustain that product after you. Our interest is to create value. If you create value and money comes, you must have the heart to give back that money to the society. We are not saying remain poor, but I assure you that when you make good money and you give to the community, you give to society, you are spurred to work harder. Because sustainable wealth is created not for your own benefit alone. As an entrepreneur, it's not really about making money. It's about making an impact in your community. Entrepreneurship is about creating a better world. That is what we all represent here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for me, entrepreneurship is the game changer. It will stabilize the polity. Because if you are doing your business, are doing exceedingly well, if you are invited to join politics, the chances are that you will say, no, you don't need it. Like me. If you ask me today to come and go and become maybe a House of Rep member or a senator, I will know what you will do to convince me. Because I know what they are passing through there. I know what they are doing. And I know that the people are not happy. My interest is to work hard on my own, make enough money, build enough system, and invest back to the community. That is the only thing that will give me joy. Again, I also know that looking at what they do and what is happening up there, it is unlikely that that process will be sustainable. Because the time will come, we will all rise. The people will be there. They'll say enough is enough, and it's almost here. But if you're doing your own business and you have 20 persons, 30 persons working for you, and they are all doing exceedingly well, the chances are that they will grow and open their own, and the people they will train will also open their own, and the chain of wealth creation will continue. That is the only thing that can change the current scenario in our country. That's why we say that entrepreneurship is the game changer. Recently, just last week, on the 7th of October, my foundation, the Gideon Chidiebere Life and Leadership Foundation, awarded scholarship to over 105 persons worth 100 million naira. We started the scholarship program since 2008. I've been doing it 10, 25 per year as the Lord leads. This year, we decided to take the game higher. We engaged consultants. We set up a committee. And they chose the best 33 students in each primary school in my community. And they wrote the exam. There were 511 that wrote that exam. My own scholarship selection exam. After writing the exam, only 52 passed out of 511. So I invited all the teachers for a meeting. And I said, tell me what you're teaching these children. If they can't pass my own common entrance, is it federal common entrance that they will pass? They started complaining. Our salaries are poor. The learning conditions in the classrooms are poor. The students are not serious. In fact, If you are to sit in that same kind of classroom to learn, you won't pass. The complaints were all about other people. None of those teachers ever complained himself or herself. So I told the headmistress, I think you people are the problem. You're expecting your reward here. You're expecting so much to be done for you. Unfortunately, it is not going to be so. You must all work very hard to prepare these children so that they can go forward and conquer and come back and change this environment. The 52, I took them, registered them, and they wrote common entrance federal exam. 18 passed naturally. The same 18 that came first in my line came first in the national exam. And they got automatic scholarship to go to Federal Government College, Oposi, and Federal Government Girls College, Zambo. The remaining one, I put them in a modern secondary school. We now did the selection for the university category. We got 46 of them. In total, there are 100 with 5 seminarians. And we mapped out 100 million, kept it in a bank to take care of their education from now till graduation. Now, we know that in the next 6 years, some of them, their school fees might increase. So what do? We put the money in a fixed deposit. The money is earning money. And with that together, we can be able to take care of the inflations and the increment in school fees that will come. We didn't do this because we have so much. We did this because the community must see a game changer. That game changer is in all of us. We must change the game. You don't go back home and all you are doing is to drag for land. You don't go home to fight for what is not relevant. Fight for the future of the next generation. That's why you're born. That's why you're created. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.